Alright, well, we drove up here to the top of the road, and dead ends here. There's a big burn, and some benches and some saddles and stuff. I'm going to try to get one to bugle here. We'll go do a little bit of hiking around, and we're going to have to back the truck back down the hill quite a ways, almost all the way back to camp pretty much, because I might be able to turn this around, but I don't know. Anyways, let's try some bugles. Let's try the other side. I'll try one more place. I just don't think they're bugling yet. Oh, it's the wind blowing through these dead trees. Well, I guess we're gonna do some hiking. As steep as this is, be extremely difficult solo to do this. Doing this alone it's one thing to hunt deer solo, but with elk, if you're coming out here from, if you live here, it's one thing you can call for help, get it hung, you can get some help, but man, if you drive all the way out here by yourself and you don't have anybody, you gotta really pay attention to what you're doing and where you kill something. I think, or you could get yourself in a world of trouble. Maybe I'm being overcautious, but just being by myself, I know my limitations, and I know that if I drop down in that basin over here and, you know, it's 1,500, 2,000 feet, and it is down. Like, it doesn't ease down there, it drops down there, and I can't make 4 trips up that over the next 2 days. Like, I could do it once with a big heavy load. If there's a trail that could get around over there to some way, it'd be different, but having to just climb over deadfall all the way back up, that's not happening. You know, if there's several of us, we shot one down there, we could figure out how to get it out. We'd, you know, everybody makes one trip, we get him out. But anyways, I don't know, it looks good up here, but I think I need to go back down the mountain just a little bit. There's some meadows and water. There's no water up here. If there's no water, there's not going to be any elk. I mean, there might be water in some little seeps that, you know, don't show up on the map or something, but that's a pretty big risk for time and energy to wander around in, as steep as this is over here. So I want to go back down to camp. I gotta find some water. I forgot to get water in town, and then that's why I think we're gonna go down in those meadows, down just a little bit lower. They're about 1,000 feet vertically down the mountain. Go check those out, and there should be water down there that I can fill everything up with. So, but right now this road is nasty, and I gotta back out. So stay tuned. Well, so driving up on top turned out to be a total bust. That was tough country to hunt, especially solo. Try to get something out of that. That was ridiculously steep, and dry. Like, there was no water up there, no fresh elk sign. Like, that was, I mean, I didn't go very far because, like, it was so steep that I didn't want to waste the energy looking for something in that country. If I knew there was something there, it'd been different. But I felt like I needed to go somewhere where I had more confidence in what's here. So I started to come back down to where we were the other day. We had that one bugle on Saturday morning, maybe. Yeah, Saturday morning, and or Sunday morning. I don't know. Days are starting to run together. The other morning, I had that one bugle. I was headed there. I stopped while I was in town to use the phone. Had good service there, and to make some phone calls, check on stuff back home, and respond to some calls that people had called. Anyways, there's an old man there that's been hunting. He's in here for 20 years. He's not from here, but he's been hunting here for 20 years, and he told me to come up this other route, and it turns out I had this road and some of these trails marked on Onyx anyways. So man, it got dark. So that's what I'm doing right now, is getting working my way back up in here. It's not far from where I was the other day, like yesterday morning, and when I came out, it's some of that same main big canyon. So I'm just gonna check it out. There's a bunch of roads that come off this main road, and I'm just gonna spend the next 2 days tearing it up, and then I think I've got to go home ahead of schedule, just for some family stuff that I've got to take care of. Family and business stuff, both, that I'm gonna have to get home a little earlier than I'd originally planned on, to take care of some stuff with the kids and whatnot. So that's fine, that's part of it. All right, well, I got to the end of the motorized road, and we're just gonna walk up through here several miles bugling. There's somebody on horses, but I don't know if they're checking cattle or hunting. It's hard to tell. And it looks like there's a couple hikers in here. We're about 10,100, and just gonna hike around and bugle. All right, well, we're at a different road. This is why you go through and you mark so many places on your map beforehand, because you never know what you're gonna run into. So, anyways, that last road, it wasn't what we were looking for. I think this one is. It's going to keep us around 9,800 to 10.2. There's a bunch of meadows up here. It's a closed logging road is what it is. It looks kind of overgrown, which is perfect. There is a truck sitting here, but there's like miles and miles of this trail road system that's up in there. So it's closed to motorized vehicles, so that's a huge plus. Bugled like 3 times and then now he's quiet. I think he's up. There he went again. Stay on the trail and get. The trail comes around, and he's over here. That it might be that other hunter. I'm not sure. I'm gonna stay on the trail, stay high. The wind's coming up. He just went off again. He's up above us. I gotta go get him. Alright, well, like I was afraid of is another hunter. It's two of them. There's a guy and a gal. Super nice. And we ended up just sitting there and chilling for about 2 hours, just shooting the breeze because it was a hot part of the day before we went our separate ways and are headed out doing our own thing. So just making this big loop around over here. The truck's back here. So